Let's jump very quickly to Zagreb with Maurice Ashley and a special guest.
We are with Women's International Master Arianne Caoili, who just happens to be the wife of Levon Aronian. First of all, Arianne, you are here with Levon now. You just got here, and you mentioned off air, man, I had to come on the day when he's playing black against Magnus. How does that feel, your husband as a professional player and you yourself being a great player who can follow the action? What is it like? How nervous do you get?
Thanks, Maurice. Great to be here. I wouldn't say I'm a great player, but I am good enough to be nervous enough to understand that when he thinks a lot in the opening, it's probably a bit nerve-wracking. But, you know, he's a professional, so he does this every day. So you just got to tell yourself that and calm down.
Absolutely. Tell us, you yourself, you're doing a lot of things. You're the managing director of your own firm, Akron Capital, is it?
Yeah, so we work with public policy and economics, yeah.
And also an advisor to the head of the Armenian government. That must be quite an interesting job.
Well, we do work mostly with government clients and different funds around the world. So yes, it's very interesting, Maurice.
What's the experience like? You were born in the Philippines, you lived in Australia, you played, of course, for both Olympic teams.
Yeah.
And now you're in Armenia,
yes.
where Levon is simply a chess god. What is it like having that experience?
I guess it feels like a natural progression because I've always loved chess. It's in my blood. I love it. And I'm now in a country that adores chess, and not only adores chess, adores my husband. So it's amazing. And, you know, you wake up every day and you meet people and they go, actually, just this morning I got messages on Facebook saying, oh, you know, Levon is the next world champion. He's playing the world champion today, but, you know, he's the next one. I get messages like that all the time, and it's really encouraging, and, you know, it's very sweet. So.
You did something recently that was absolutely amazing, stunning when you first told me you were going to do it, and now you've done it. You did a 2,000 kilometer
yes.
bike tour by yourself across several countries.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh, it was amazing. It was to raise funds for the Children of Armenia Fund, so we built schools, and they teach chess in those schools, by the way. This is in regional Armenia. And so I did 2,000 kilometers across 20 days, averaging 100 Ks a day, by myself. I'm the only person in history to do it. So we started in Turkey on the Mediterranean, all the way across Turkey and different, let's say, pockets of ethnic conflict, and then through Iran, all the way through Iran, and then to Armenia. So I'm very proud of that, actually. Thanks for bringing that up. And it was a lot of fun, and I think the central message, besides the historical context and how interesting that was to drive home that, you know, sport and chess is really important for kids.
But you weren't a biker before that. You were telling me, and I was scared for you.
I know.
What was it? It must have. You did vlogs on it as well. What was that like to be going through that kind of arduous physical experience when you were not? That wasn't your profession itself.
I think the training was awful. I remember my first training, I just got home and I just collapsed on the floor. My dog was like looking at me. I wanted to vomit. It was awful. But then, you know, you push through, and I think that's the point. So throughout my whole life, I've tried to do things that challenge me, like boxing, even different things, mountain climbing. I've done a few mountains as well. So in Iran and in Turkey, Mount Ararat. And so I think that's important. So even if you don't know about it, that's fine. Just deal with it. And the whole concept is to like grow this mental toughness, and that's what's important. And I think that you got to put those kind of goals in front of you. And so yes, it was horrible, and I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have that, you know, mental toughness. But at the same time, I think it's a good way to train that, to put those kind of goals in front of you.
Simply remarkable, very admirable.
Thank you.
Tell me, I know also used to dance quite a bit. You know, I'm into salsa and bachata. You also dance salsa. Tell us about Levon's skills.
Oh, he's awful. No, he's very passionate about salsa, and he knows the music really well, and he loves dancing, but he's a terrible dancer. But I do know that you teach him a bit when he's in St. Louis.
Oh, so. We went out to a club, and he kind of stayed on the side and kept drinking and watching and never went onto the dance floor. No, I was trying to pull him onto the floor, but I think he's just analyzing the situation.
Right. Well, maybe because I wasn't there, but
next time, definitely. We've got to make sure that happens. You also mentioned girls' initiatives in chess, which I think is you're near and dear and passionate about.
It is. Well, I haven't really done anything concrete in that direction, but I think in the future I would love to be, it's not an advocate or something, like involved in something that, you know, chess for girls, but especially related to the point that I talked about earlier, which is about mental toughness. And I think chess really teaches that. You know, as a chess player, you know, I'm just a woman, I am. But I think most title players, they get into the workforce and they're always asked, you know, does chess translate to real life? And for me, the answer is mostly not, but yes, when it comes to mental toughness. You know, in boxing, you get knocked out and you get the instant feedback and you get some physical damage as well. But in chess, it's more mental, and I think you can start from an early age. And, you know, especially girls, I think it's the best way to gain confidence and that kind of thing, not to be intimidated.
No, you're not someone who gets intimidated easily,
No,
and you say just the woman I am. That's absolutely a great accomplishment.
Thank you.
Not an average accomplishment. In addition to all the many things you do, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Good
you,
luck with the
Maurice.
game today. I know it's
Thanks.
going to be tough watching him play. Arianne Caoili, Women's IM, managing director of her own firm, and biker, salsa dancer, you name it. This lady is incredibly accomplished. Welcome to our show, and those are the kind of people that we see in the chess world all the time.
Thank you, Maurice.